going on, ladies and gentlemen? How we doing today? It is a Monday. I'm thinking maybe I should set up like a scheduled time and date that I stream during the week because I'm about to have quite a bit of free time for a little while. I punched my boss in the face today, so I got fired. No, I'm kidding. But certain things that I was dealing with, I'm not going to be dealing with for a little while, and because of that, I'm going to have extra free time, which means I'm not going to be so strapped, which means I can do this a little bit more. I'm thinking maybe I should set up like a Monday or a Wednesday stream, maybe even just a Wednesday stream because I have Friday, I have Sunday, and then what, I'm going to have Monday. Like, I might as well space them out a little bit more. We will see, though, the Wednesday stream, you know, what seems like is going to be a Wednesday stream is going to be is it, dude, every time, man. You see, I want to make sure that you're not catching a bunch of, I want to make sure you're not catching a bunch of, like, background noise or just, like, static and shit like that, right? So I try to make sure that the gain is turned down as low as I can, but I also don't want it to, you know, I'm trying to find that happy medium between the gain is so loud that I'm peaking and you're hearing, like, the kind of noise. And my shit is a little bit too low, you know? And a lot of it has to do with where I keep my microphone. Like I said, I don't want a microphone to be like, I don't want my microphone to be like sitting here like this. I feel like that's stupid and annoying, and I hate it. I hate that look. It's so, I would feel like such a dickhead if I had my microphone right in front of my face like that. I'm not podcasting here, all right? But yeah, I'm gonna set that shit up. All right, we're gonna set it up, and we're gonna get it all figured out in terms of how I'm gonna be streaming for the summer. Because in addition to that, I'm also potentially, I should have asked somebody. I saw some people recently that I could have asked. That you know, because I want to get permission before I start streaming for Fish Tank and things like that, right? If I'm gonna do watch along streams, if I'm gonna do watch party streams, I want to get their approval first. Because, you know, I feel like that's the right thing to do, right? But I am going to be doing watch party streams if I am permitted to for Season 2.5 as well as Season 3. So that's going to be exciting. I saw what they have in store for Season 2.5 yesterday, and you guys are going to be, I think you're going to be blown away. The things that they have, like, that they're planning, the dynamics and the mechanics, the mechanics, all right, are going to be stupendous. You're going to love the hell out of it. I know you will. I guarantee you will. You know, I guarantee. If not, I'll give you all your money back. How about that? But yeah, it's going to be really good. It's going to be really, really good. And this could take off into its own thing. You know, this is kind of like a spin-off of Fish Tank, but it could really take off into its own thing. You know, I think they could run that in tandem, not just as an all-star season, but also like, you know, there could be people who are like, hey, I'm up to the challenge. Because this is something where, okay, yeah, you know, the MDE humor is going to make it really, really fun and really, really good. But you could also have people who are like, oh, no, I'm up to the physical challenge of living in the woods for 2 weeks and having to fight off vampires and shit like that. And there's a lot more to it than that, too, that I was told about and that I got to see yesterday. That, you know, I'm not telling you anything that you guys don't already know, but the things that I do know that you don't know, like when you find out about them, you're gonna be really happy. You're gonna be really, really doggone happy. Play AOE in your free time, dude. That's the plan. That's the plan this summer is Fish Tank, AOE, and War of Rights. Fucking that's what I got. That's my thing for this summer. Yo, it was cool seeing you on the Palace. Thank you, Vic. Thank you. Yeah, I had a really fun time. That was the other thing I was going to talk about. Excuse me. I was on the Palace yesterday, Charles Carroll's channel, you know, and you can't find it right now because it's on their Patreon. You would have to go to their Patreon. I believe it's like patreon.com/the palace or something like that, but I could be wrong. You should check his channel to figure that out for sure. And it was a really fun time. It was a really fun time. I felt loose. I felt good. I felt ready to go. I was able to kind of work with those guys in a way where they weren't just completely and totally carrying me the whole time, right? And that's kind of how I felt about the last stream that I was on with Eric and Charles, you know, the Sam and Nick After Dark stream. I was kind of like, dude, oh man, these guys, they're funny and I'm not. Or it's not even that I'm not funny. It's that, like, you know, I was having a hard time feeling comfortable enough to make certain jokes and stuff like that. And then I got a little too sauced off the champagne that we were drinking, and I started saying embarrassing shit that I'm still very thankful did not make it in, because the microphone wasn't 2 inches in front of my face. So that's still grateful for that. You know, that would have been really, really awkward if I was sitting there trying to rizz up this fucking chick on the other side, and it was just falling flat completely. So flat that even Alex Schultz couldn't save me. He just kind of was like, huh? What? And I was like, yeah, yeah. Fuck him. That would have been embarrassing as shit. I have no problem talking about it because, you know, I'm looking back at it thinking, wow, that was crazy. I let myself go. But you know, I'm glad you guys couldn't hear it. It was a really fun time though, you know. Eric, everybody, honestly, everybody there yesterday was like so cool. They were so easy to work with, and they were just fun dudes to be around. You know, I would do that again in a heartbeat. You know, whenever they call me, I'll be there. Whenever they need me, no matter what, no matter where I am in the world. But what is going on, everybody? What's going on, Jared? What's going on, Goshua? What's going on, E-Girl Farts? If you're playing AOE tonight, I'll be on later. What's going on, Two Boyos, Bureaucrat, Vic, Two Boyos again. Fucking Lexi, JC. How are we doing today? How are we doing? I really hope we're doing okay. Oh, man. So, I didn't stream yesterday specifically because I was on, what was I on? The Palace. Silly me. So, somebody texted me and was like, hey, man, you know of any good gyms in this place? And I just immediately, my mind exploded with like, oh yeah, there's this place and that place and that place and that place and that place. So when I read that on my phone, I almost wanted to start listing off gym names. That's why I was like, I was on the, you know. But anyway, yeah. So I decided I'd stream tonight. It was going to be a chill stream. We'll probably play some AoE or something like that on this stream, truthfully. But I wanted to talk about something very important to me, very near and dear to me, and that is manipulation. All right. I have a very interesting relationship with manipulation because from a young age, I've always kind of had a beat on when somebody was being a fucking weirdo, was being a weird freak, right? And it was hard for me because I'm a very straight up person, okay? I think, actually, no, I won't even go there. I'll wait for somebody else to use the word, and then I'll go ahead and I'll explain, right? I'll fucking explain. But I've always been a very straightforward, very straight up person. Whatever I'm thinking, I'm going to tell you. However I'm feeling, I'm going to let you know. Either that or I'm not going to let you know because I know there's no point to it, and it's just kind of like whatever, you know? But as somebody who has always been very upfront and very comfortable with just being like, yo, I don't like this, or yo, I do like this, or yo, I want this, or I don't want this, or I feel this way, right? I've had a hard time because I wear my heart on my sleeve, and not in like a weird way, not in like I'm in everybody's face with my feelings kind of way, but even with that, when you wear your heart on your sleeve, it's really easy for people to take advantage of you and things like that, right? Machiavellian, no, the word is not Machiavellian, although Machiavellian is a good phrase to use the way that a lot of people are, right? A lot of people are very Machiavellian, and I don't think it's necessarily even on purpose. I think a lot of people, they are just naturally self-interested, and because of that, they end up doing and saying like awful things to other people and things like that. And it's really fucked up. And I don't know, right? Because at the end of the day, I wasn't alive in 1950, let's say, right? I wasn't alive in 1884, right? That wasn't me. That wasn't my thing. But I'm wondering if the amount of manipulators and the amount of people who try to, or the amount of manipulative behavior has gone up. I wonder if it's gotten worse in the years since, like, specifically we got the internet and smartphones and things like that. I'm wondering if that is something that we've seen more and more of. I know that we saw manipulation for decades and decades and decades, because from, say, the 1930s, even before that, but especially like the 1930s, when newspapers started really taking the fuck off in like a national way. That could have even been before the 1930s, but for some reason the 1930s pops into my head. I couldn't tell you why. Basically from the moment that mass media became a thing, there's always been some kind of manipulation. And a good example of manipulation in the media is Kent State. We're hearing comparisons to Kent State because there's cops that are going in and they're busting up these quote unquote protests and things like that. And it's interesting to me because Kent State, if you actually look into it, if you actually look into the facts, you see that the only reason those 4 people got shot is because they, for like the better part of a week, were running around burning down buildings, throwing rocks at like people and cops, right? Not that cops aren't people, but there's the distinction there. And just overall being violent and virulent. And then eventually the National Guard got called in and they had live rounds. And, well, you throw a rock at a fucking guy with a gun, what do you expect's going to happen? The same fucking thing happened with the Boston Tea Party. You know what? And right there we have it. Manipulation has always been a thing, right? It has always been a thing because the Boston Tea Party, the Boston Massacre, the Boston Massacre, that didn't go down the way that it went. Like, if we're being honest here, the Boston Massacre was self-defense on the part of the British soldiers who were having ice and rocks thrown at them. Like, if we're just being honest here, call me a filthy British sympathizer, call me a filthy redcoat sympathizer, right? A godless redcoat sympathizer. Call me that all you want, but like, if we're being honest here, yeah, like that was propaganda, and propaganda at its core is manipulation of facts and people. So manipulation has always been a big thing, and as someone who has always had a hard time with the way that people are so fucking weird, it's tough because I've dealt with manipulative people my entire life, and I didn't always know how to handle them. Especially when you're a young kid, it's hard to handle manipulation because a lot of the people who are trying to manipulate you are going to be people who have something over you, meaning your parents. Your parents will manipulate you. Right? Not sitting here like, oh, mom, I'm mad at mom. No, but like, if I'm being honest with you, one of the biggest manipulators in my life was my mother, right? Teachers love to manipulate the shit out of you. Cops, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or an adult. Cops are going to try to manipulate the shit out of you. And it would not surprise me one bit to learn that they learn to be manipulators. It would not surprise me one bit to find out that they learn to be manipulators at the police academy. I guarantee you, because the way that these cops have like a stock attitude and a stock intonation, and the way that they handle certain things being said to them, it's all the same. You go from one cop to the next, and it's like they have one personality. They are one personality, and that's it, right? There's a lot of manipulation that takes place in the world because a lot of people don't have the best intentions. A lot of people are just like genuinely pieces of shit in every way, and like a lot of these people, even if they're not like complete pieces of shit, well, they're not afraid to use piece of shit tactics to get what they want, and that's what I'm going to be talking about today. I wrote down a bunch of stuff. This is one of those streams where I'm just going to fucking rant at you. It's much like the sociopathy stream that I did. There was, I want to say like 2, maybe 3 months ago, I did a stream about sociopaths and, what they are, like some of the signs, and not necessarily how to deal with them, but, some of the ways that you can notice, like, when they're being fucking weirdos and shit like that, right? And that's going to be kind of this same thing. Now, I wrote something down, right? And I wanted to just go off bullet points, and I'm going to be going off bullet points, right? I'm going to be going off bullet points. But to start, I'm going to read you basically like a paragraph or two that I ended up writing, okay? So it's going to sound like I'm reading off something. It's because I literally am. So a lot of manipulation relies on the notion that you are smarter or somehow better than the person you're manipulating, which is why the most manipulative people tend to be egomaniacs. They fancy themselves to be puppet masters who utilize weird tactics and take advantage of other people's good nature or even just their relaxed state to get one over on them. A lot of the time, they aren't even good at it. They just pick targets who aren't constantly on guard for shysters. Much like how a serial killer doesn't pick the 6'5" powerlifting MMA fighter with a chip on his shoulder, but instead picks the 5'3" secretary who is charitable and quick to help someone in need. And even then, they still need to ambush those women too. They need to get them like in the car, and then it's like, hey, you like fast food? Oh yeah, I like fast food. Wham, hammer, just wham, hammer over the head. You know that's the shit that they need to do. The way that these like weird wannabe puppet master types are. They are very similar to the way that like a serial killer operates. You know, Ted Bundy, he wasn't looking for dudes like me. Ted Bundy wasn't trying to bring home dudes like me. Even Jeffrey Dahmer wasn't looking for dudes like me. He was looking for dudes he thought he could get home and like physically overpower with the use of drugs, you know. But moving on. People tend to manipulate because they cannot stand being told no, or they're going for some kind of goal. Their intentions aren't good, and they can't get what they want by just going and saying, "Hey, can I have that?" It's just oh, hold on. Oh, okay. I got another text from somebody, and I'm like, "Wait a second, who's? Let's read that." These are things to remember about manipulation, you know, and when you find somebody who fancies themselves to be like a master manipulator or something like that, you need to get the hell away from them. Because, like, for one thing, sociopaths consider themselves to be like master manipulators and things like that. They think they're like social engineer type guys when really they're just like dickheads with no shame most of the time. But even then, you don't have to be a sociopath to think you're some kind of manipulator, you know? I've seen so many, specifically women, right? Women love to brag about manipulating. And I'm not saying men don't do it too. I'm just saying that, like, I've mostly seen women brag about being, like, good manipulators and shit like that. They'll sit there and they'll be like, yeah, I got what I wanted out of him. I got what I wanted out of her. Yeah, you know, I just have to say that one thing. And then all of a sudden they're thinking, and then they're like, hey, and then, like, they talk like that. Get the fuck away from that person. Get out of there. Just fucking run for the hills. Skedaddle. Go. Right? Because even if you think you're smarter than them, and chances are you are, because it's hubris. These egomaniacal weirdos they are typically not that special, but like they utilize other people just being chill. Right? They go for easy targets. Even if you think you're smarter than this person, and even if you think you can keep an eye out for them, you never know, because they're going to be more willing to go after certain tactics and things like that you wouldn't even think of, right? It's just crazy because, like, again, you'll just be chilling there, you'll be doing nothing, and then, like, they'll fuck you over randomly without explanation, sometimes without even cause, and then they'll walk away as though they're, like, better than you or something like that. And that's one of the most frustrating aspects about it is like, yo, I was just sitting here chilling. I was just hanging out, having a good time. And then you came over here and you started an argument with me for literally no reason. And now you're walking around like you're hot shit. Like, nah, you're a fucking creep. Get the fuck away from me, bro. Yeah, okay, fine. You got one over on me. I was just chilling. I wasn't ready for you to come over and ambush me like that. So, I mean, yeah, I guess you won the ambush. Congratulations, I guess. Now get the fuck away from me, right? But in addition to that, like I said, like, they're going to be a lot more willing to, if you do try to fight them on it, if you are ready at a moment's notice to be able to fight them, they're going to be much more willing to swing for your knees and things like that, you know? I've had people who, like, they took away money from me. And I mean, like, people who I'm working for them and stuff like that. And we get into like an argument because they were being rude. And I was like, yo, don't be rude. And then they're like, you know what? I'm taking away your money. You're fired, right? They're doing that type of shit. Like, that's the type of shit that they're going to be, like, willing to do. So you can't get in bed with these people. You can't get in bed with manipulative people, even if it's just like, yeah, we hang out sometimes. Like, when they walk in, you walk out. Get the hell out of there. Hang out for like 5 minutes so it doesn't seem strange, and then like grab your phone and be like, oh man, dude, I didn't realize the time. Ah, man. All right, peace out, everybody. Peace out. Peace out, right? That's how you should handle that shit. It's not, it's fucked up, man. It's fucked up, And then even then it's like, imagine if they accuse you of some other like shit, what if they claim that you're an R-worder, you're an R-worder, you're a rapier, right? You're a rapier. Fucking, like, what if, right? They would be willing to do that because in their mind, they're the puppet master. And if the puppet does not dance the way that they want them to dance, then, well, they just have to pull the strings harder. And that's the way that they'll pull the strings, Can you turn up your mic a bit? Nah, I can't, dude. Sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Fucking, my shit's fine. It should be fine anyway. I don't know. Fucking, if I turn my mic up anymore, it's gonna end up peaking, Fucking, Lexi DW says, in a civilized society, the way to dominate is through manipulation, unlike dominating through violence like in uncivilized societies. No, you see, in civilized societies, you're able to use a combination of both. And when I say manipulation, I more so mean diplomacy, being able to communicate with people in order to get what you want and need and things like that. And in a civilized society, violence is still on the table. Right? Violence does not denote an uncivilized society. An uncivilized society is basically just anarchy, right? I'm damn near an anarchist myself. I think everybody should fend for themselves for the most part, but I'm not under the impression that I want a civilized society necessarily, right? I think what will civilize society under anarchy is the understanding that if you end up like crossing a line, you can and will be fucking murked. You will get greased, That's the civilizing factor in like an anarchist society if you wanted to sit here talking about theory and shit like that. But like manipulation is used by weak people, right? It's used by weak men and women to get what they want because they can't resort to above board tactics, either strong arming, which like, yeah, it's not that fair because like, the weak should fear the strong and blah, 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 right? But either that or just being like, hey, I need this. Can I have it? Hey, I need this and I can supply you with that. Fucking, can I have it? Right? Weak men, they want something for free. Weak men and women for that matter. They want to be able to have everything they want at a moment's notice without any sort of hassle. And hassle includes having to work for it or having to bargain for it. And because of that, they end up doing manipulative things, right? And it's disgusting. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about different kinds of manipulation that I've noticed. So the obvious one is gaslighting. And it sucks that gaslighting is a thing because, it does suck that it's a thing, but it sucks that gaslighting was a name that was given to this because now there's like anytime a woman is being like insane on TikTok and you're like, whoa, hey, take it easy, man. Take it easy. Relax. They accuse you of being a gaslighter and things like that. It's actually become its own form of manipulation as to where you can't tell someone to calm their fucking ass down. You can't tell someone to cool their jets without them being like, you're trying to gaslight me, right? And this is why, if you saw what I said on Twitter earlier, I was talking about how I don't want to like make up names for some of these. Because if I make up names and let's say tomorrow I woke up and I had 1 trillion subscribers, whoa, I'm the next Mr. Beast, I'm Mr. Scott, whoa. But like, let's say some weird shit like that was to happen. These women like on TikTok, because it's typically TikTok women, right? Like these TikTok women would take the shit that I made up and they'd use it to describe every single time their boyfriend told them no. Every time their boyfriend told them no, they'd be like, "Oh, that guy is coke markering me. He's coke markering me. He's microphone walleting me is what he's doing, right?" And it would be like it would just be terrible. But gaslighting is, of course, the technical definition is basically like an attempt to make somebody think they're crazy by manipulating someone or something in their life and then telling them that there is no manipulation occurring, right? And when I say manipulation, I don't even mean like I'm manipulating this pen by like moving it around, right? There's some kind of change, there's some kind of something, right, that is like freaking them out, and you're like, what? No, I think you're being crazy, right? And of course, the way that it's used in the form of like social manipulation is to tell someone they're being crazy about something that they're not being crazy about, right? Like if I was to sit here and I was to call you a bitch and you were like, "Yo, dude, don't call me a fucking bitch. What's your fucking problem?" And then I'm like, "Whoa, hey, dude. Whoa, dude. Relax. Take a joke, bro. What the hell's your problem?" Perfect example of gaslighting. And you know, it makes it it makes it not even worth it to talk to people about things. It makes it not even worth it to like discuss things with people. You know, like the second somebody is like rude to me, I'm just like, "Yo, I want to get away from this guy," because I guarantee you, if I sit here and I'm like, "Yo, dude, don't be fucking rude to me," they're gonna try and gaslight me, right? They're gonna be like, "Dude, I wasn't being rude. What the fuck?" Instead of just apologizing, instead of being like, "Oh, my bad, dude, I didn't mean to be rude," or, "Oh, you know what? I was being rude. I've been having a bad day. I guess I was taking it out on you. My bad." They can't just do that. It's got to be, "Oh, dude, like I wasn't being rude. It was a joke, bro. Take a joke, bro. What the fuck? What's your problem, dude? What the hell?" Right? That shit is annoying. Love bombing is one of those ones that, like, you especially. We're moving on from gaslighting, although I'm sure I will talk about it as well. Love bombing is an interesting one because I hear this talked about by like MGTOW type guys as well as the TikTok type like girls, right? It's like can a MGTOW guy and a TikTok girl have a loving relationship? In the MGTOW community, it's utilized to describe the way that a lot of women will like lead men on and shit like that to get something that they want, you know? Valentine's Day, you see a lot of it where like women are like, "Oh no, I don't want to be alone for Valentine's Day," so they find a guy that they may not even be 100% interested in, and they're like, "Oh, I love you." You know, "Let's spend every waking moment together. I think I'm in love with you. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. Now, men will do the same thing for sex, right? If I'm being fair here, all right. If I'm being fair here, men will do the same thing for sex. And I've done this to women before. And the difference between women and men, right, when it comes to love bombing, is that men actually believe it. Men, I've love bombed women before. I'll be real with you, and I actually fucking believed it when I was love bombing them. I swear, I believed it. And it's because there were hormones coursing through my body that were making me believe that I was actually like 1,000,000% in love with this fucking girl, like right in the moment, right? That's a little bit different from like the women's version of love bombing, where it's like, "Oh, I want something out of this guy, so I'm gonna hit him with tons of affection," right? One of them is a very calculated move. The other one, while it's still manipulation, it's hormones. It's just straight up hormones. That's all it is, you know? So you can't even really 100% blame the men, although it's not a good thing. You know, you as a man, you have to be able to control yourself. And, you know, unfortunately, everybody's 14 at one point or another, right? Fucking jeez. But just a couple of examples of love bombing. Now, this one, we're getting to the point where I'm going to start making up names, and then for some of them, I'm not going to have names for, right? I call this one the hustle, or at least when I wrote it down, I put this one down as the hustle. And what I mean is people will try and push you into deals. They'll grind you into deals as quickly as they possibly can in a bid to get you to take on a deal that is not actually good for you. Excuse me. You know, like for instance, let's say I had like a shitty car and I wanted to get rid of it, and I went to one of you guys and I was like, "Hey, dude, I got this car. Yo, do you want this car? Dude, you should take this car." And you're like, Yeah, I mean, I might want it, but let's check the Carfax on that, and how much did you get it for? Like, you start asking questions, but the thing is, I know this is a shitty car. I know that I'm trying to make a shitty deal with you. So the more questions you ask, and the longer it takes, the less likely I am to actually dump this pile of shit on you. So I keep pressuring you. I keep sitting here, dude. Come on, take the car. Why don't you want the car? Why don't you want the car? Dude, I mean, the car's right here, dude. I'm offering it to you for a good price. Why don't you just take the car? Yeah, dude, I don't know what you got all these questions for. What's the deal, right? Not answering questions, not actually trying to like assuage any concerns or anything like that. Just basically ignoring everything and just being pushy, being very pushy. That's something that I find to be especially annoying, because that's one of, like, in my opinion, that's one of the worst ways that you could try to manipulate somebody, is because that you're trying as best you can to push your mess onto people. You made a mess, and now you're trying to saddle other people with that mess in a bid to get it off your hands, and then they can fucking deal with it. That's one of, like I'm sure, like, there's ones that hurt more. There's ones that, like, feel worse when they occur to you. But I think this one is probably, like, one of the worst, right? Because it's so straightforward, and it's so pushy, and it's so, like, strong-armish, And that, like, when somebody does that to me, I want to give them a firm handshake is what I want to do, because I know what they're doing, and I'm not cool with it, and I dislike it. I despise it, The next one I have up is the guilt trip or judgment. And this one is, it's manipulative, but it's also just sort of like a natural reaction that a piece of shit will have when you tell them no. It usually occurs after you tell them no. You tell them, like, nah, I can't do that, or nah, I don't want to, or no, it's just not going to work out. I'm unable to do that. And now they're, like, mad at you or something like that. Now, like I said, this is kind of like a natural reaction, the disappointment and things like that. But to be mad at someone because they're like, no, I can't make that date. No, I'm not going to be able to do it by that deadline and things like that. What it is the person is trying to manipulate by, like, sending negative energy their way, hoping that you are going to be like, oh, well, oh, man, I don't want to disappoint this person. All right, fine. I guess I'll try and do it by that date. I guess I'll do it, right? Same thing with the judgment, I had somebody at work, not too recently, I want to say like 7 or 8 months ago. We got into a spat because they were being very rude, and I didn't put up with that. I'm not going to put up with rudeness. And it wasn't like a screaming match or anything like that. We exchanged a couple of words, and then I walked off, right? When this person went back inside, this person is like a very virulent person. They ended up screaming like, "We need a new," and then they said the thing that I do at my work, right? Like, that right there is a manipulation thing. She was trying to let everybody know, right? That, like, I'm an asshole, and that we should replace me and things like that, right? That's kind of like not the greatest example, but it's an example, right? It's an example. This one I don't have a name for. I feel like it's probably got a name, but whenever you talk to someone and, like, you get upset at them because they're, like, they're clearly leading you on. I had a girl do this, right? I've had multiple girls do this where you're trying to, like, date them and shit like that, and they're making you work for it, and you're like, all right, fine, I guess I'll fucking work for it. You should never work for it, by the way. You like, legit. Today's world, there's no reason to work for it. If she makes you work for it in that way, maybe I should explain what I mean by that. If she makes you work for it by sitting here and, like, oh no, we have to talk endlessly and you have to do things for me, like, she's leading you on, right? She's trying to get as much time and energy out of you as possible, right? And you shouldn't ever work for it in that way. Working for it should be, we're dating and we're in a relationship, or we're about to be in a relationship, and, like, I'm trying to like whatever. But that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about. I've had multiple women who are like, I'm trying to get, like, a date with them, and they've been, like, being bitchy, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck is your problem, bro? Don't be bitchy to me. And they're like, oh, well, I was gonna say we should go on a date this Friday, but you know what? When you're acting that way, no, I don't want to. She was never gonna go on a date with me. She was never going to go on a date with me. One of these examples is like a 30-year-old woman, right, who lied about her age, and I was like 21 at the time, right? Fucking, she pulled that like weird shit, you know, well, I was gonna do it, but then you got upset, and I don't like how you're talking to me, and blah blah blah. That's another one that's like ridiculous, because you know that you're leading someone on. You know that you're giving someone a shit deal, and when they're like, yo, don't give me a shit deal, bro, you're like, whoa, that's ridiculous. Cherry picking, right? Now, cherry picking is an interesting one, and I want to make sure that I want to make sure, you see, I wrote this down twice without even realizing. I wrote cherry picking, and then I wrote essentially what cherry picking takes the form of in interpersonal relationships and you know, just interactions and stuff like that. So when you think of cherry picking, you usually think of the manipulation of facts and statistics and other things like that using loaded sample sizes, or using very specific examples of something and disregarding anything that does any sort of damage to what your thesis is meant to be, right? Excuse me. That is manipulative. That is manipulation. All right. However, it takes the form of a couple of different things, right? And the other one, I wrote this down. I'll just actually, no, I'm not gonna write it down. I'm not gonna write it down, or I'm not gonna read it as it's written down, right? But cherry picking in terms of interpersonal relationships and conversations and stuff like that, it tends to take the form of being hyper focused and unfairly focused on certain things. And what I mean by this, and I've actually used this example before when I've talked about something similar to this. Let's say you and I are hanging out, and the sky is like, it's a nice day. All right. The sky is blue. There's a couple of clouds in the sky way far off, but other than that, it's just completely clear. I might say something like, wow, there isn't a cloud in the sky today. It sure is beautiful. You, being a manipulator, you might say, well, actually, there's two clouds over there, so you're wrong about that one. You're wrong about that one. Literally being like that cartoon with the guy in the well who's like, curious, right? That's one example of cherry picking in the form of like an everyday conversation in a bid to try and manipulate somebody. And it can take other forms as well. Like let me just double check to make sure if I wrote this down or not. I want to see if oh yeah, like it'll take the form of being unable to. It'll also take the form of like goalpost moving and stuff like that as well. And what I mean by that is like, let's say I'm sitting here and I'm trying to think of a way to explain this on the fly. It can be kind of tough. I have so much information in my head right now that I just want to spit out at you. You know, that I'm like, oh no, I have to stop and think. Oh no. But basically, let's say something happened, right? And I was upset at you, and I talked to you about what you did to upset me. Okay? Maybe you spit in my food or something like that, right? Now, if I sit here and I see you spit in my food, this is already not a good explanation. I'm gonna start over, and I'm gonna hope that you understand what I'm trying to get at. But basically, if you were to spit in my food, right, and I saw you do that, I might sit here and go, "Yo, what the fuck, dude? You just destroyed my food." Now, no, actually, no. I have a better one. I have a better explanation of this. And it's a really good explanation, because when on the rare occasions that I argue about abortion with somebody, I use this. So, let's say you were at home, you were making a sandwich. You had your bread, your lettuce, your tomato. You're making a BLT. You had your bacon, right? You had mayonnaise, right? All the fixins. And about halfway through you making your sandwich, you haven't actually taken the two pieces of bread and done that yet, right? It's an incomplete sandwich. I break into your house halfway through you making your sandwich, and I take a large dump on what is going to be your fucking sandwich. Now, you're not going to sit there and be like, wow, dude, what the fuck? You just took a shit on my bread, my lettuce, my tomato, my bacon, my mayonnaise. You're not going to do that. You're going to be like, dude, what the fuck? You shit on my sandwich, bro. That's a shit sandwich now. Now, if I want to try and manipulate the situation, and it's so stupid, right? And a lot of these things are stupid. A lot of these like little manipulative things that people pull, they're just so fucking dumb all the time. My response, if I'm going to try and be a shyster about it, might end up being, that's not a sandwich though. It's not a sandwich yet. I don't see a sandwich there. I see bread, tomatoes, lettuce, bacon, mayonnaise. That's what I see. I don't see a sandwich. That's not a sandwich. That's the type of shit that cherry picking is becoming very hyper focused on like the minutia, things that don't actually matter, in a bid to try and distract from the overarching thing that is happening, right? That's something that a lot of people do. If you ever argue with a woman, that's something that they love to do a lot of the time as well, is like, you'll be like, whoa, holy shit, why are you giving me an attitude? They'll be like, I'm not giving you an attitude. I'm talking loud so you can hear me. Like, they'll be like that. And it's like, holy fucking shit, dude, get out of my face. There was another example of this as well. Another one is, and this is something you see from a lot of debate bros and shit like that, and it makes it so difficult to like deal with them. And this is why you shouldn't argue about abortion on the internet, right? Is they'll sit there and they'll be like really rude and they'll be really stupid about shit, and they'll be like, they'll use fighting words and stuff like that. And then you'll say something like, or again, I have to use an example here. I have to use an example, okay? Let's say I sat there and I was like, hey, the sky is blue. And you came and you were like, no, it's fucking purple. My response to that might not be very polite. I might not be very polite about how I talk to you, because you just gave me some fucking stank ass attitude, and then you told me something that was incorrect. I might respond by being like, hey, idiot, no, the sky is blue, and it's blue because the oxygen in the atmosphere reflects blue light. That's why the sky is blue. Now, a destiny move, I guess you could say, would be to get really fucking upset at the fact that I called you an idiot and completely and totally disregard everything else I said, because everything else I said is an actual well thought out, well constructed counter to what you just said. So you can't respond to that. You can't acknowledge that. The only thing you can do is acknowledge the one piece of that that is not a well thought out and constructive counter to the thing that you just said. And what is that? Well, I called you an idiot. So your move is going to be nice ad hom, dude. You know, if you have to resort to insults, that means that means you know that you're wrong. Your argument was wrong. You're invalid. Your argument is invalid. So there. You called me an idiot, so that means you're wrong. When in reality, I was just responding to you being an asshole and then telling you why you were wrong, right? That's not an ad hom attack. It is, but it's not, you know? And that's why it's not a good thing to be sitting here arguing about like politics and shit like that, because that's literally all you have. Is like, somebody mentioned it on like Twitter too. Like, you have dudes that like Vosh, Destiny, like those guys, who like they will come at your life. They'll be like, your fucking bitch is ugly. You're a pussy. Blah blah blah. And then when you're like, yo bitch, fuck you, they're like, whoa, hey, whoa, ad hom, whoa, ad hom. That's crazy, dude. Why are you saying that? It's bonkers. You know, it's fucking bonkers. Sorry, I'm just I'm reading some of the chat. Yeah, semantics, Minecraft gamer. Semantics is that's the perfect word, and I can't believe I didn't think of that. I can't believe it. I can't believe I didn't think of that already. Fucking damn it. God damn it. You know what, Minecraft gamer, the stream's yours now. Come on over. All right, I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna switch places. You're gonna sit here. I'm gonna sit in your computer chair, and I'm gonna be typing away. All right, you're Scott now. Right? Lexi DW says, another good one is accusing you of something they did or do. Oh yeah, 1,000%, you know, 1,000,000%. Another good one is when you don't, like, if I do something. Here's an example of something that happened at my work once, right? I was working at this convenience store, and I got suspended because there was a a guy who was being rude to me. There was a dude who was being rude to me, and I told him to leave, and he complained, and that complaint hit above the store, meaning the DM, right? Right, the district manager got it, and he rained a fiery wrath down upon me, and he was like, "Hey, you suspended, kid," and I had to go back and I basically had to plead my case to this guy as to why I should not be fired. And he ended up bringing up something that happened like 6 months before that, that was not a big deal in the first place. And it was so little of a deal. It was so not a big deal that nobody said anything, even though the managers were right fucking there. The managers could have done something about it, but they didn't. And now this guy was trying to use that thing that I didn't get in trouble for 6 months before that to justify why he didn't want me back, right? That's the type of shit that, like, if somebody does that, they're dead to me. Because it's like, oh, okay. So you're just someone who's always waiting for me to slip up so that you can compile some shit that you can throw at me the second I become even the slightest amount of inconvenient. Okay, so you were never my friend. You were never even cool with me. Everything has always been fake with you. So you're dead to me now. And, like, don't get me wrong, I'll be cordial, all that stuff, but don't ever come to me asking for a favor. Don't ever expect me to stay late. Don't ever expect me to do anything that's going to be, like, some kind of a big, like, thing. You know, fucking, I'm in, I'm out, get out of here. No, I didn't get fired. I didn't get fired. I told the guy I didn't know what he was talking about, and I thought it was very convenient that he was bringing that up now, even though it allegedly happened 6 months before. I knew what he was talking about, too. But I'm not going to let this manipulative asshole win, and then I'm the only one who loses. You know? Fuck that guy. Fuck him. He can eat shit. You know? Shit's ridiculous. Anyway, oh, this is an especially annoying one, and this is something that I've had like not multiple, but one woman do to me, and I was ready to fucking flip the fuck out, dude. Fucking this is information overload specifically through text, right? And it doesn't just have to take place through text, but probably the most annoying thing is when it takes place through text, because someone will send you an entire 10-paragraph essay, one sentence at a time, in a bid to try and give you so much information overload that you end up sitting there like, oh, like, fuck, like, I don't even want to deal with this, right? Like, it happened where this girl I was dating, she went to a party, right? And this was before I became wise to the way that things work. I allowed her to go out to a party, and something happened. I don't think she, like, I mean, she cheated, but I don't think it was like anything. No, I'm not about to be like, well, she cheated, but it wasn't that bad. I didn't have any like legitimate proof that she cheated, but there were some inappropriate things that did happen with men at that party, right? And it would not surprise me if she did cheat on me, right? So she ends up going blank. She goes dark for like an hour or two, and she doesn't get back to me till like, no, it was longer than an hour or two, right? She doesn't get back to me for like a while. And when she gets back to me, I'm like, yo, where the fuck did you go? I told you if I text you, you answer me. Like, what the fuck is going on? She sent one text at a time detailing the entirety of the fucking night. The entirety of the night. She sent one text at a time. It took her like 5 minutes straight to stop fucking texting me. And I didn't have one of these either. I had a flip phone at the time, right? So it's not like I could just like put everything on silent and then just like continue using my phone. It's like when I got a text, my whole phone basically froze up and the notification popped up, you know? So I'm sitting here trying to text her back the first text, and I have a new text rolling in every 3 seconds. That was a manipulation tactic on her end to try her best to tire me out and send so much information my way that I would hopefully forget to be mad about all the bad things that happened, you know? Not only that, but it's like, I don't need to know that you went to the bathroom at 11:15 p.m. and it took you 3 minutes, right? That's how hyper-focused she got on, like, the specifics there. And it's because she was trying to hide all the things that should not have happened behind all the shit that is just completely and totally mundane, right? That's the way that she operated, you know? And I am glad to be away from that batshit bitch. Any exes of mine that stumble upon this, just know I am very glad that you and I are not together anymore. And I don't even mean that as like, haha, fuck you, I'm doing MDE stuff. No, like, genuinely, like, I don't think we were good for each other. Fuck him. Anyway, this next one, we're actually getting closer to the end, and if I think of any others, I will talk about them. The wet blanket, right? And basically, this is something that takes it takes the form of a couple of things. For one thing, it'll be kind of a direct manipulation thing, where it's like you're like, no, I don't want to do this thing, and someone's like, oh, dude, but you're ruining it for everybody, dude. Everybody is like cool with doing this, and you're the only one who's not cool with doing it, bro. It's that classic peer pressure type shit, right? But then in addition to that, it'll also take the form of like, I had somebody who they hit me up and they needed me to take over a project, right? And I did not have the time or the energy to take over that project. And I told him, like, yo, I can't do it. I can't take the project over. I just can't get it done. And he's like, oh, well, all right, I guess I'll have to call everybody on the team and, I'll have to tell them that it's just not going to work out and that, we're not going to be able to do it and blah, 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 blah. He used that as a bid to try and get me to take the project anyway. And in this case, I actually did take the project, but it was with the stipulation that it would be just for like a few weeks. And of course, it didn't just last for a few weeks. It lasted pretty much indefinitely until I was like, yo, I'm done with this, bro. Get that shit out of my face, you know? It's really frustrating and it's annoying because it's usually utilized to offload work that somebody else does not want to do. They are supposed to be taking care of something. It's their responsibility, but they don't want to do it for one reason or another. It's not even that they don't have time, because these people, it's not like they don't have time. They have nothing but time. Their entire lives revolve around making their own lives as easy as possible and finding a mark who will pick up their work for them. You know, and that's like, these people have nothing but time. They just don't want to do the work. And because of that, like, they'll sit there and they'll hit you up and they'll be like, yo, dude, I need you to do the project. Yeah, my project. But dude, like, everybody's okay with like doing it though. Like, why won't you do it? Why won't you do it though, dude? Like, why don't you do it? You know? What was I gonna say? This also can sometimes, a similar situation can happen where, like, you'll have somebody who they need help with something, right? This happens, I feel like, to a lot of people, but they don't realize it, or they do and they just don't talk about it a lot. You'll be at work and somebody will come to you, right? Let's say you work at like a fucking mechanics shop, right? And it's the world's weirdest mechanics shop, the mechanic, shop that you've ever fucking worked at, right? Your job at this mechanic is to keep tires filled with air. One day, the guy whose job it is to fucking test airbags comes to you and is like, hey man, I can't test airbags today. Could you test the airbags for me for one day? And you, being a nice guy, you're like, yeah, sure, no problem. So you go, you test the airbags. You also have to make sure that the air is still in your tires. And then at the end of the day, that guy's like, hey, good job, man, thanks. You ready for tomorrow? They get you to do it one time. And because you're nice enough to do it one time, they use that in a bid to try and pressure you into taking on the job in the long term, in its entirety, right? And that's something you really got to look out for, because that's how people end up in situations where they're getting paid the wage for one job, but they're doing like 2 or 3 different jobs back to back, right? Is because somebody, their dickhead boss comes in and is like, hey, bud, hey, Timmy quit. We need somebody to do Timmy's work for the day. Would you be all right with doing it just for today? And then you're like, oh yeah, sure, just for today, no problem. And then the next day, you get to your cubicle, you log in, and you notice that in your work email, Timmy's shit for that day too is waiting there. You know, it's a very screwed up thing. You know, it's absolutely like disgusting. You know, people are gross, especially people like that. You know, people are just fucking. Scott's just in the fucking Tesla factory talking to test dummies. That's my job. I keep the test dummies company. I make sure they don't get too bored. You know, I have conversations with them. That's what I'm doing right now. Is I'm practicing for work tomorrow. Actually, what else is there? Oh shit, there was another one too. There was an oh yeah. Hold up. I'm putting something down. I'm pretty sure I skipped it by mistake. Whatever. I'm going to save this one for last, actually, because it's one of the most frustrating and annoying ones. It's one of the ones that I hate the most, if I'm being honest with you. Outside of the one where I forget which one it was. It was oh yeah, the hustle, right? The hustle, right? It's the hustle and this last one that I'm going to save for last that I hate the most. There's also, oh yeah, no. You see, I was calling that one that I just described, the one where, you know, you get lumped with somebody's work after being nice enough to take it on for one day. I was calling that the bait and switch, which, I mean, you know, it's not the best name for it, but I figured it was close enough, right? Because you're being baited into taking, right? You're being baited into taking, you know, you're being baited into taking somebody's work, being told that it's going to be all good, and then you're being fucking switched out. You know, the rug's being pulled out from under you, essentially, right? So this next one, concern trolling, and this is one that is like, it's honestly, it's fun to do to people who are manipulators. I'll be honest with you. If you have to deal with a manipulator, it's fun to do this to people. I'll be real with you. When I was in that meeting with that guy that I was talking about, that district manager who wanted me to get fired, he was amped. He was upset. And of course, I don't like that he was amped, and I don't like that he was being rude to me and things like that. But I wasn't like, "Hey, dude, calm down, bro." I was like, "Hey, we're just having a conversation right now. Like, there's no need for us to be getting upset or anything like that." And you know what he did? He sat there like, "I'm not upset." He got more upset while also denying that he is upset. Right? That was a fun move to pull on that guy, because he was a piece of shit. Right? I know about these things. I don't use them on people. In fact, like, I know about these things in a defensive manner. But, like, every now and again, you get someone who you're like, you know what? I'm going to hit him with this one. I'm gonna wallop him with it. And when you hit somebody with that one, it's especially fun and funny and shit like that, because it's somebody who's being an asshole and they're just absolutely laying into you, and like they're being disrespectful, and you're just being like, "Hey man, is everything okay? Like, you're really upset about this. You know, I get that it's not like a good thing to, like, I get that it's not a good thing, but is it really, like, it's not necessary to be like screaming at me like that. Are you okay? Is everything okay, man? Are you okay? Is there something going on? Like, you know, how's everything at home? How's everything here? Is everything okay, man? Do you want to talk about it?" It can be fun to hit people with that. I'll be honest with you, right? When you know that they're like a shithead, you know. Again, like, this guy tried to pull that move on me, and I'm like, you know, the move where I'm talking about saving up info, harvesting info to ambush somebody with it, right? He was trying to pull that move on me, so I wasn't just gonna let him like win. You know, I was gonna hit him with some shit too. You know, fucking, you take a shot across the bow, expect one back. But with that said, I don't want you guys to think that I'm constantly running around being a manipulator myself. Like I said, I'm a very upfront and straightforward guy. I'm gonna tell you how I feel and what I want, and like how, you know, what I think and stuff like that. Bottom line, you know. And again, that's why I know so much about this shit, is because I got so used to people being this way to me, because I'm very open. You know, I'm very open. I leave my neck out there, and people kept taking swipes over the years in the same ways, and I kind of understood. I began to understand what is going on with these people, right? But yeah, anyway, Oh yeah, there was one more that I was gonna say before the last one. Now this is another fun one to say because when somebody's trying to get you to do something that is like absolutely fucked up, you can hit them with this, and it works surprisingly well. Um, you're gonna be a broken record, right? The broken record move, and what I mean by this is you're gonna repeat whatever you're saying ad nauseum. Um, as an example, there was a place that I used to work for. They got me accustomed to a schedule, and I based my life around that schedule. But then out of nowhere, they decided they wanted to change that schedule up. We had like a meeting about it and shit like that, and I had to advocate for myself, right? That's one of the reasons some people don't like me is because I don't just roll over and take it. I advocate for myself respectfully, but I'm also not going to be pushed around, and I'm not going to allow somebody to get one over on me, and I'm going to aggressively fight for myself, right? But we're sitting there in the meeting, and I'm telling them like, look, I was hired for we'll say like Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's what I was hired for. When I applied, I said, hey, I can only work these hours. And they said, hey, that's okay. It's all good. And whatever they had to say, I just kept repeating that to them. I just kept repeating that to them. They'd be like, yeah, well, I mean, sometimes things change. I'd be like, well, when I was hired for Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. That's what I was hired for. I was told I would only be working those hours. Yeah, but like sometimes things change and we need someone to work 10 to 6. When I was hired for 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Okay, I get that, but I don't even know who hired you, dude. Whoever hired you is long gone and I'm here now. I was hired for Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I kept fucking repeating that for like a good 30 seconds to a minute straight. Anything they said. They could have been like, Scott, your mother's a whore. And I would have been like, I was hired for 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Scott, I'm going to fuck your wife. I was hired 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Right? That's what would have happened. Right? And it's because I knew, and this has happened with me so much. I've seen one person in my life in particular do this so much, and I see how it works is because people just get fucking tired of dealing with you because you're doing something where you're not doing anything that is like insane on a level where they're gonna be like, yo, I want to get away from this guy. Like, this guy is like, wow, he took a shit in my drawer. He broke into my office and he took a shit in my drawer. That's it. This guy's fired. You're not doing something on that level, but you're also like, you're doing something where they're going to get tired of fucking dealing with you. And they're just going to be like, you know what? Fucking fine, bro. I'm just going to give him what he wants. I don't give a fuck, dude. Whatever, bro. I'm tired of this shit. And sure enough, my schedule didn't get fucked with. It worked. And I know. I've seen it work. It's worked on me. This person that I'm talking about, when they want their fucking cockamamie harebrained bullshit, I know better than to even argue with this person at this point because I know their harebrained bullshit. They have got it in their head that they're gonna do it and it's gonna totally work. And any attempt at me trying to talk sense into them, they're gonna be like, oh well, I mean, I want to jump out the plane without the parachute. They're just gonna repeat that back and back and back and back and back and back and back, and it's pointless. So it's like, whatever, bro. You want to jump out the plane without a parachute? Hey, it's up to you, bro. Good luck. I'll see you on the way down, or not on the way down, but I'll see you when you get down here. I'll see you when you get down here. Fucking Scott, you'd be a good union organizer, to be honest. I have organized unions. I have organized a union. I've not insofar as like I've been one of the employees of a union and I helped agitate, but I've taken part in organizing a union. They wanted me on the bargaining team, and I have a feeling it's because they knew that I wasn't going to be a pushover, that I'm not a pussy, that I will tell my boss, yo, that's not going to work out, And like, that's the thing. Side note, right? when you're talking to your boss and you need to tell them no, you don't just want to be like, I can't do that. Oh, I can't. Oh. You have to be firm with them. You have to be like, no, like, I'm not going to be able to do that. Look, I know you want that, but I'm telling you, I'm not going to be able to do that. And that's part of what I did. I was like, yo, you're changing my schedule. You think things are going to go good. I'm letting you know they're not going to go the way you think they're going to go, because I'm unable to accommodate this schedule, and you can't find people to fill my position. It's just not something that you're able to do. I've seen it. You've been trying to find more people to help me out, and you can't. So you should probably rethink messing with me too much, because if you give me something that I can't accommodate, it's going to make it really hard for me to be able to continue working here. Like, that's the explanation that I also gave them in conjunction with, like, just repeating myself until they got bored, right? I explained that, and then I just started repeating myself. Fucking, that's the way that I did it. But like that's the way. It's okay to say no to your boss. It's okay to negotiate with your boss. Like, you don't even have to be, like, straight up manipulative about it. You just got to be open and honest and be like, yo, like, I can't do that. Like, I get that you want it done. I can't do that, though. It's not working out, right? And obviously, like, if you don't have a union and you don't have, like, anything to keep you from being fired, it can be risky. But if you're in a position where you're that easily replaced, you got to find a position that you're not that easily replaced, right? So in that case, you may be in a situation where you just got to kind of eat shit and then, go ahead and fucking, like, find a better spot. Like, that's the position that you're pretty much in. But you don't just have to say yes to your fucking dad. Your dad. I don't know why I said dad. That was, like, crazy. That was a crazy Freudian slip. Holy shit. Excuse me. Maybe it's because my dad seemed to, like, instill that belief in me. Like, because I used to say yes to my bosses all the time, and part of that was because, like, my dad and other adult figures, like, scared me into believing that if you ever tell your boss no, you're fired immediately. You're not just fired. They pull out a knife. They got a steak knife ready for when somebody's like, actually, boss, I can't do that. It's not even like a combat knife. It's like a fucking steak knife that you would use to cut, like, a steak at the table. Not even like a big one. It's like the size of this pen. It's a slow death. Slow death for refusing your boss's orders. Slow death. What was I gonna say? Shit. What was I gonna say? But yeah, you like, your boss is a person. Just saying no is not going to get you fired. And if it's something that you're afraid it will, then maybe you're in a spot where you need to find, like, a better setup for you, where you're not going to be treated like you're that disposable, fucking. But anyway, excuse me. So the last one. All right. This one, I put it down as pressure fighting. And the reason why I say pressure fighting is because if you look at somebody like, if you look at someone like Mickey Ward, right, to sit here and be like, dude, fucking Boston boxers, kid, fucking, you should check, dude, Mickey Ward, dude, like, Mickey Ward's the best, bro. But, like, that aside, if you see the way he fought, he marched forward, he took his head, he stuck it in your chest, and he ripped the body, came up to the head, right? He'd tie up your hands. He was forward pressure all the way. You'd see him get rocked, and he'd go bang. And then he'd just be, his head would snap that way, snap back, and it's like it never even happened, right? And this isn't the best way to describe what I'm about to describe to you, but if you think about it, you can kind of understand where it comes from a little bit. Now, I'll actually use a very topical example in my life. And before I even say that, this is what cops do. This is what cops love to do, right? But the other day, an internet service provider guy came to my house. It was like Cox or something like that. This cocksucker, right? This guy, he was a salesman. He came to my place. He got into my building, right, without ringing the bell or anything like that. I don't think someone let him in. I think he probably like waited for somebody to open the door and then he caught it, right? All of a sudden there's a knock at our door. My brother-in-law answers, and it's the cocksucker, right? And he's talking to my brother-in-law, and I see what's going on, and I'm like, no, we do not want any. So I go and I take over, and I'm like, hey man, what's going on? And he's like, oh hey, I'm just wondering if you're satisfied with your current internet service provider. And I was like, yeah, fucking, I don't think about it like that. We're not interested though. Thank you very much. And before I can close the door, this guy goes, oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, I just wasn't sure if you noticed that your neighbors they got the new 5G hotspot. Without missing a beat, this guy completely and totally disregards what I just said to him about not being interested and my implicit wish for him to fuck off. Instead of doing the right thing and jumping off a cliff, this guy decides he's going to completely and totally ignore what I said and just continue on with his pitch. Just immediately continue on with his pitch. And that's something that a lot of them will do, right? That's something that a lot of salesmen as well as cops will do. And the reason why is because they're utilizing your wish for them to be the one to fuck off. In a civilized world, in a civilized society, when you say, I'm sorry, sir, I'm not interested. Please exit my property. That person will promptly go, yes, okay, and then get the fuck out. You could count to 10 and they will be off your property. In a civilized world, in a world where everything makes sense all the time, that is what would happen, right? But unfortunately, we don't live in a civilized world. And the amount of people that think we live in a civilized world, right? At least the right kind of civilized world, that is. The amount of people who think that we live in the right kind of civilized world, they fucking... There's a lot of them around, right? So that tactic actually works more often than you may realize, simply because somebody doesn't want to be rude and slam the door in the person's face. They want to know that this person said, okay, you're not interested? That's fine. I'll be on my way. And when they sit there and they're like, okay, yeah. But yeah, your neighbors, they got the hotspot, and, fucking... They know that there are people out there who are too shy to be like, fuck off, and slam the door in their face. Now, in my case, right? In my case, I was just like, yo, no. I remember what I said to him. He broke into that. You may have noticed your neighbors got the hotspot. And I was like, yeah, I don't pay attention to my neighbors, man. And I just slowly closed the door in his face, right? And as I did that, he kind of scoffed and he said some shit. And it's like, I don't want any trouble, but also like, you come to my house, you're gonna give me attitude. You're lucky I didn't open the door and give you a pat on the back. That dude comes around again. I might have to give him a big hug. Is what I might have to do. Give him a big hug. Maybe offer him a stick of gum or something like that is what I'll do. No, but like that is one of the fucking things that pisses me off the most, because you have a lot of people, right? You have a lot of people who or not even people, but like cops especially. Cops will do this because it's a way to continue talking to you so that hopefully you'll slip up and they'll have probable cause to either arrest you or at the very least search your shit, right? And it's insidious. It's corrupt. It should not be allowed. If you tell a police officer, no, I don't want to search, I don't want you to search my vehicle, right? If you tell an officer that, it should be, all right, sir, here's your license back. I'm giving you a ticket as well because you were speeding. You were going 90 in a 20. So, here's your ticket, but I'm not going to search your car, and I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to release you now. You're not going to be detained for any longer because I did not get consent to search your shit, right? That's the type of shit that should happen, but it doesn't. And that's the way that the police are able to kind of make it so that they can play that little game where it ends up being like, can I search your vehicle? No, sorry, officer, I don't consent to searches. Oh, okay, all right, okay. But why don't you want me to search your vehicle? Well, because I don't have to. It's within my, I believe the Fourth Amendment, right? I believe it's either Fourth or Fifth Amendment rights, but it's within my rights guaranteed by the Constitution. Okay, okay, but like, you know, if you just let me search your vehicle, it'll be quick and you'll be out. You'll be out of here in a flash. Yeah, but I really don't want to search. I don't want you to search my vehicle. And in addition to that, the search is going to take a while. It's going to take longer than if you just let me go. So I'd really like to be let go if there's nothing else. Oh, okay, okay, all right. But are you like, are you hiding something? Are you like, why are you so nervous? Is everything okay? I mean, I just don't get why you don't want me to search the vehicle. Like, they will literally sit there in limbo utilizing that kind of speech, and it's corrupt. It is corruption. And it's corruption of one of the highest forms, even though it's not the most violent, even though it's not the most monetarily damaging and things like that. Because it's a way that they become psychic and like they are energy vampires. They become energy vampires because you won't just allow them to bully you. They're now sitting here like, but okay, but why not? Okay, okay. Yeah, but I just want to do this. Okay. Can I search your vehicle? Okay. And that's what that dickhead cocksucker. That's what that Cox guy, that Cox internet guy. That's what he was doing. He was trying to utilize that move. And when I was like, nah, dude, get out of here. You know, he got upset at me, right? He tried to hit me with a guilt trip and shit like that. And if he comes back here, it ain't gonna be pretty. I'm gonna invite him in for a cup of coffee. Is what I'm gonna do. Shit's ridiculous, you know. The trick with the whole cop thing, cop searching the trunk, is you just have your boy rock the truck and put a handle on the inside of the trunk so he can close it so it locks. What? So you mean like you what are you gonna like? Are you gonna like he like opens up the trunk and you grab him and you pull him in and you like slam the door shut? The trunk, like, is that what you're saying, Hi Ecuador? That sounds like it. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, that's a good idea. I don't think he's going to want people to know that he got tickled. You know, he got tickled at the traffic stop, and now he's laying on the side of the road, giggling like a schoolgirl. I wouldn't want people to know that. You know? I'm all set. I'd love to be arrested by Officer Sullivan. Oh, boy. But yeah, that's a bunch of different ways that people will manipulate. You know, I wanted to talk about that. It's something that I feel really strongly about because personally, like, I think in a just world, which I know we don't live in one, but a world that's even just a little bit more just, we will be autistic about things, right? And when I say that, it's like I've said, I don't actually believe autism is a thing. I think autism is just a way to pathologize masculine behaviors because masculinity is very direct. It's not manipulative, you know. Maybe physically manipulative, as in like, hey, you're in my way, I'm literally going to take you down. But it's not manipulative insofar as like that feminine way of doing things, where like, you know, you're being like you're being a puppet master. You're being a puppet master pulling the strings. That's not what it is, right? That's not how it is. And really, like, as someone who is very direct, I just tell people how I feel and like what I want and, you know, things like that. It's really frustrating. And if you are like me, you're going to have to know how these people do these things because, for one thing, it's going to let you know what is worth it and what is not worth it, or who is worth it and who's not worth it. But even on the outside of that, it's good to know like what is happening to you in real time. It's good to know because you're going to feel the hairs on the back of your neck stand up, right? You're going to feel the hair on the back of your head stand up. You're going to feel that chill run up your spine. Excuse me. When somebody utilizes those underhanded tactics, because you know that something weird is going down. You know that somebody is being a fucking weirdo. But you might not exactly 100% know what's going down, and in that moment, you may not know how to counteract it. And sometimes, I'll be honest with you, one of the things that's on the table for counteracting it is another manipulation tactic, i.e., what I was talking about with that convenience store I worked at, where this person, they sat on information, basically using it to blackmail me when the time came. Yeah, I don't know if blackmail is the proper term, but they sat on the information until it became convenient for them to try and spring it on me. And I fucking was just like, nah, I have no idea what you're talking about, dude. I kind of fucking gaslit the guy a little bit, right? Or someone decided they were going to try and fuck me over. And I was like, no, like 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, But most of the time, it's going to be like to just distance yourself from that person. If you're going to use manipulation, to counter manipulation, it's going to be in the same way that you would use violence to protect your life, right? You're not like going into a situation thinking, oh yes, I'm going to beat this guy up. You're going into a situation thinking, man, I hope I get out of this unharmed. And then in the course of what is transpiring, you realize, oh shit, I have to fight this guy. So you throw a quick elbow, and when he's stumbling, you run. Right, something like that. That's the way that you use this. It's like, oh fuck, if I don't use this, I'm gonna get bowled over. So I better use it so that I don't get bowled over, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed that. What's going on, Greg? I don't know if you're still here, man, but I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you, bud. What's it called? Oh yeah. Guess what? Hold on, Greg. I don't know if you're still here. But hold up. Are you ready to rumble, Greg? Are you ready? I'm calling you out, Greg. I gotta learn how to use this thing. All right. I gotta learn how to use this thing, and then once I learn how to use it, we're gonna do boxing. All right, we're gonna box. It's really dark in here. I got it from Richie, which he has that brand, right? 99. Fucking, I don't know his socials. In fact, I shouldn't sit here and be like, I don't know his socials, man. I wish I knew his socials. Fucking. I'm gonna look him up, right? I'm gonna look up his socials. That way you can you can check out his stuff, right? The 99gallery.com. Okay, that's his brand. That's his clothing brand. All right, check that out. His Twitter is @Richie99. It's gonna be like the word 9, not the number like Richie 99, but 9 NINE. 9, all right, I think you guys get it. But yeah, he did me a solid. He got a oh jeez, oh what, oh shit, huh, interesting. I'm learning new things about this every day, I tell you. All right, let's go ahead. I want to see. Oh jeez, oh man. Oh man. Oh, the thing was like pressing into my eyes. Anyway, yeah, he got the new version of this, so he gave me the version that he had, which I really appreciate. Thank you very much, Richie. I don't think you're watching right now. Usually, if you are talking in here, right? So, shout out to Richie. All right, everybody, check out his stuff. Hell yeah. Greg, I jumped streams. What are you saying about cops? If you were watching Greg's stream and you jumped to mine, jump back to Greg's. I don't want you guys being like, oh, Greg's watching Scott's stream, I'll just go to Scott's stream. No, you made your choice. You decided who you like better. All right, stick with your choice. All right, okay. Oh man. Yeah, Greg, we should do boxing shit though. Fucking, we should do boxing shit. I meant to get a VR headset a lot sooner. Oh, we're in the piss zone now. I don't know why. We're just in the piss zone. I'm gonna see if I can fix that. Oh, there we go. Still kind of in the piss zone, but not as bad. Yeah, we should definitely do boxing stuff on a stream though. That'd be fun as hell. I feel like that'd be a good time. Oh man. I'm putting up AOE right now. That's why I'm just kind of chilling here. I'm like waiting for it to do its thing. What are you saying sorry for, Greg? I'm trying to get more people to watch you instead of just being like, like no, because I'd feel bad, Greg. I know you were stream sniping me, right? Which not in a derogatory way, of course, but I know you were like watching me from your stream. I saw that earlier, but I was kind of in the heat of the moment, so I was like, oh, I'll say hello to Greg in a minute. I just didn't want you to start watching my stream and then people are like, oh, like I'm gonna jump from Greg's stream to Scott's stream. I want to make sure that your viewers are staying with you, and then like when I'm streaming and you're not, then they come watch my stuff. I don't want them to be like, oh, I'm watching Greg. Oh, Scott's on? No, I'm watching Scott now. I'd feel shitty about that. When Greg and Scott meet, it's the best. Hell yeah, dude. All right, we're going to do quick play. We're going to play one game, all right? I've been messing around with the Italians lately. We're going to play one game online, hopefully. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to do online because for one thing, I don't want to wait. And then for another thing, like, I hate it when we get online and we wait and then, like, the other guy has, like, issues. So we're going to play against a hard AI difficulty, and we're going to hopefully fuck them up. I'm getting better and better, and I'm learning new little pieces, There are so many things that I had no idea about, Like I didn't know if you hit Shift Q, you can get people. Oh wait. Okay. And then bang. See, if you hit Shift Q, you can queue your villagers to do different things, like, as time goes on, right? So like I have them building a house. I don't have to command them to go to there. I can just Shift Q and click there, and then they're going to end up going there right after. So that's literally something Taylor told me like a couple of days ago, and I had no clue about it. And as soon as I started doing it, it became so much easier for me to like play this game. It's like insane how much easier the game became. I'm getting higher villager counts and stuff like that, and I'm actually able to contribute. I'm not just being carried the entire time by guys that actually know what they're doing. Although it's not like I'm running the field or anything like that. It's not like I'm running the game, but I'm doing like so much better than I was, All right, so I got two boars over there. They're kind of far away, but I'm gonna have to deal with that, And it especially sucks because I got my bush right over here. But I'm glad I was able to see the VR and cop rant. Yeah, dude, fucking. I forgot I had it for a second. I took it off there and I put it on my bed. And then I was like, I feel like I was supposed to tell Greg something. And then I was like, oh, wait, yeah, shit. Excuse me. Aw, man. I'm not a big fan of naval. The Italians have really good naval, but I'm not a big fan of using it. But I might have to, seeing the way that this map looks as of right now. I might not really have that much of a choice. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead in a minute. I'm gonna build a this thing. And then I'll build one more house as well. Although I forget how much are houses. 25 each. Oh yeah, I got more than enough. I'm gonna build that, and they're gonna be able to get more wood. And then I'm gonna build a couple more houses as well, just because I want to. I want to be able to get more villages right out the gate, because when I get I've been just using 15. I've been going 15. And, it's not, like, terrible or anything like that. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit loom just to be sure. And then I'll hit 2 more as well. What was I going to say? All right. Let's go. Let's go. Man, I literally just, like... Oh, yeah. I used to just hit 15 villagers and then try and click up to feudal age, but now I now I'm going like 20, 25, sometimes even 30 depending on the situation, and it makes it, oh geez, you see I was trying to avoid that bullshit. And then what do you think you're doing? Where you think you're going? Where you think you're going? You fucking idiot. Oh no, wait. It doesn't matter that much, Manipulate it up. Yes, sir. Gregor's rise up. Hell yeah. Dude, Greg, I don't know if you're coming back for season 2.5. You don't have to say anything either, but if you are, you're going to love the hell out of what they have planned, I don't know if they've contacted you. I'm pretty sure they said they were going to on the stream that they did, But you definitely should, because it's going to be really fun. There we go. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead. Yeah, I'll hit 5, and then I'll do like 5 more, somewhere else. I don't know. Come on. Uh-oh. Yeah, we just gotta, hopefully. Yeah, we got him. Good. Well, who's 29? Wait, who's 22 and who's 29? What are you guys talking about? I'm curious. You guys are talking about 22 and 29-year-olds. Yeah. Well, oh, you guys are talking about Taylor. What are you talking about Taylor for? What are you guys saying about Taylor? I'm confused. I don't know, man. I don't know nothing. Well. Okay, yeah, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to build this bad Larry over here because I have no better place to put it, unfortunately. Hopefully I don't get scout rushed or anything like that. I wanna, but Jet and Sam not telling me much besides. You wanna? Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Sam and Jet, they keep things close to their chest, and there's reasons for that. It's not for no reason, but you can trust them to not fuck you over. I'll say that much. All right. They like you. You're a good dude, and they're not gonna fuck you over. Like I promise you that. They're honestly like. I'm sitting here talking about all these like manipulative people and shit like that. Like Sam, Jet, Ben, Chris, everybody. Like they're the most straightforward guys that I deal with currently in my life. Like they're not out to get anybody or anything like that. They're not trying to. Oh, I didn't even want to hit feudal age yet. I hit that basically by mistake without even realizing. Silly me. But yeah, they're just normal guys. They don't have like ulterior motives and shit like that. They're not gonna like fuck somebody over and like leave them out to dry or anything like that, Now, obviously, like part of the joke was that you didn't want to be there and you were like, like what the fuck is all this? Like what the hell? But if you genuinely were like, yo, I gotta go, bro, I cannot do this, and you were like, I'm gonna fucking leave now, like they would have, I don't know like what conversations you guys had or anything like that, Excuse me. What are you guys talking about Taylor for? I'm confused. Anyway, Scott, someone confused Taylor for Taylor helping you with AoE and your ages at the same time. Okay, I understand. Yeah, no, I'm talking about Taylor from PKA, Duh. Fucking duh. You said yeah? Yeah, they'll have something really good planned for you, You can count on that. It's going to be really fun. I want 3 gold, and then the rest will go to the other one will go to trees, go to wood. Sam doesn't go after people; he gets them forever. Yeah, Sam only really goes after Fantano, and even that is just for entertainment purposes. Yeah, that's funny what he does with Fantano. He doesn't do that much anymore either. That's the thing too. It's not like he's like constantly like harping on Fantano or anything like that. This guy is at the feudal age. He's at the feuds. All right, so I got that. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna slap these down right there because I want something up front to kind of stop him from just marching straight in. Um, I'm excited for it because now I know what's up and I don't have to hold back my Greg. Exactly, dude. Don't ever hold back your Greg, bro. That's why everybody likes you. All right, cool. And then, yeah, I'll go there. Bang, bang. Oh, geez, they're absolutely surrounding that goat. Fantano has been making his videos chained up in his same mom's basement for the past 10 years. Learn your lore, youngling. Yeah, I never really paid that close attention to Fantano. The only thing by Fantano that I ever found interesting was I think it was like Cal Chuchesta or some shit like that. His back when he was doing shit with Filthy Frank, I thought that was pretty good. 10, 11. I believe that was 11. I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I probably am very wrong. Yeah, that's the only thing I was really interested in with Anthony Fantano. I thought that was pretty fun and funny and shit like that. But everything else, I was like, nah. I don't really give a shit. Okay, what the hell's going on here? Oh no, there's. I need two more. Silly me. I'll go here and then here. He's doing it with that one guy now. What do you mean doing it with that one guy? Is Anthony Fantano doing Cal Chuchesta again? Because if so, I might start paying attention to him. Because I did think that was funny. Although that may have been funny to like 20-year-old Scott. Now that I've matured, now that I'm refined. I'm a refined older gentleman now, with a glowing face. A refined, mature, glowing-faced gentleman, right? I might not find that to be as funny, It's funny how that. Well, I guess it's not funny, but it's interesting how that kind of thing will happen with what happened? What happened? What did I do? What? Oh, damn it! What did I do? Oh yeah, where am I at now? Oh yeah, 680. I want to check on these guys. Yeah, it's funny how even something from like 5 years ago might not make you laugh the same way. Yeah, we're in a little bit of trouble now. We might be in a little bit of trouble, but it is what it is. I don't know. All right, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna click up, but I'm gonna send 3 of these bad Larrys to mine that stuff. Whatever that bullshit is over here, stone, because I desperately need stone. I'm gonna get a defensive castle up. I'm still not exactly great at building out. Okay, let's see what'll happen here. I'm thinking, depending on how things go, I might have to send some troops out. I might have to go ahead and what's that? Oh, he's got another TC built. He's building another TC. That's not good news for me, that's for sure. I'll have to get another TC built myself. But yeah, it's funny how your shit will change, right? Scott, could you make a Scott plushie as part of the merch? I need something to hold at night, dude. What do they call those? Fuck. The body pillows. I'll do a body pillow, a Scott body pillow. How about that? What's going on with Ryan Garcia? Beats the hell out of me. Fucking, I guess he may have pissed hot, but also like I'm hearing that it's not like 100% certain that he did. So it's kind of a weird situation where it's like, okay, well, did he? Did he not? What happened? Oh yes, I need more houses. I need better housing and opportunities for this for the inner city youth. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will send them back here. All right. You see, it's so great that you can do this now. Like, it's a complete game changer. And I'm not saying I'm gonna win this. In fact, he got to Castle Age so much quicker than I did. I'm kind of afraid that I might not win it. It wouldn't surprise me if I don't. But I mean, hey, like, you know, I'm hoping you guys can kind of at least a little bit see the improvement. Why can't I build this anywhere? I might just say fuck it and build it. Like, I want to build it close to the wood because that's what I'm going to be utilizing it for. But I don't know. I guess I'll just use it here. All right, yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll hit that. See, because now I can at least send mad of them to wood, because wood is kind of what I need for like late games specifically. It's a fix, just a touch of Osterine. Ryan is innocent. I don't know what Osterine is. Is that like a thing with some stuff? I don't know. Shit, I forget what. Oh, they were on stone. Okay, I guess they were on stone. Hold on. Yeah. They were yeah, they were on stone, I guess. Okay, so. But yeah, I don't know all these drugs and shit like that. I don't do drugs. I'm high off life. Okay? I'm high off life, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so we got there. Yeah. I'm going to hit all the upgrades and shit like that. Dude, what are you doing? What are you doing here, you idiot? I'll also know if I'm in trouble. I'll also know when I'm in trouble. I'll also know that I am in trouble if these guys aggro, right? If these guys decide they're going to house themselves and they're going to end up shooting my dude right there, then I might be in a little bit of trouble here, you know? You know, that's one of the good things about, Oh, okay. That's one of the good things about playing against the AI is that, you know, up to a certain point, they don't just automatically, like, try and kill you. Alright, I'm gonna need more. I'm stoned by pilgrims. Uh-oh. I hope you survive. I hope you survive, Greg. Scott should join us and get some meth. I wouldn't know where to get meth. Wish Scott had done a 420 stream and just got his wife to divorce him by hotboxing the Gold's gym he lives in. That sounds fun. I might have to do that. I'll start doing hotbox streams. All right. I believe I did 5, but I'm gonna go ahead and I'm hoping that. Oh no, I need that. Okay. Interesting. Okay, all right, yeah. So I'm in good shape. I'm in good shape. That guy needs to go there though. Yeah, you see what I'm learning and what I'm being told, honestly. What I'm being told is that your villager count is everything. So I'm really just focused on trying to get villagers up and you know, doing what they're supposed to, you know. What the hell? Where's this guy's fucking? What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. Hey Scott, did you get a Peppy plush? No, I didn't. Fucking, are they still being sold? Are they still being sold, or were they limited quantity? There we go. Oh, everybody's asking me now. Uh-oh. Walk anywhere where there's Section 8 housing and you can get some meth. Yeah, but I'm not social enough to strike up a conversation about that with somebody. I'd come off like a cop. I'd be like, hey, is this where I get the meth? Oh, jeez. Wait a second. I wanted them on gold. I wanted those idiots on gold. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, man. You see, now I'm attacking him, which means he's going to go aggro. I don't know what the hell these guys are doing there. I mean, shit. As long as they're getting something, I'm alright with it, but it's, like, weird. It's fucking weird, dude. You guys are weird, kid. Don't forget to spam Vills. Oh, yeah, dude, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna... After I'm done with this game, I'm probably gonna jump in the Discord and play. But I can't wait for when Scott's 40 and starts a GoFundMe for a karate temple / commune in Maine and literally yells at people saying, we need to get the castle age to the castle age. I can't either. I can't wait for that either. Oh man, he's in Imperial. All right, now I don't think I'm in like trouble. You know, he hasn't really come after me in a real way yet, and I got a castle up, and I could put another castle up easy, no problem. But it's still a little bit nerve-wracking, you know. Still a teeny tiny bit nerve-wracking there. I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want to use villagers for right now. I think gold is probably not bad, and then, dude, I just keep finding these random villages just like everywhere. Like, what the hell's going on? Lazy ass vills. Everyone get Greg's plushie. They're totally not loaded with surveillance devices. Well, that's enough for me. That's all I needed to hear. I've been mistyping ever winner tonight. God damn it. What do you mean? Yeah, okay. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. I don't know. 5. Shit. I don't know. I don't know nothing about anything. Oh, yeah. Shit. I was thinking about going naval. You know, I should definitely go naval, especially seeing as how this dude's building out. And he's also got navy already. Actually, maybe I shouldn't even bother going naval because I'll probably be so behind that way that it would be best for me to just say, fuck it, you know? What I am going to do, though, just to make sure I have a little bit of protection, is I'm going to build this bad mamma jamma right here. I'm almost at Imperial. And I'm also going to start building... Alright, so I'm at Imperial Age, which is good. So what I need to do is build one of these things. That's a technical term, is one of these things. I need to build one of these things, and, okay. So, get these lazy asses in there. Alright, I got 4. Is this guy gonna... No, this is just his... Well, it's his light cavalry. So, he's got upgrades and things like that. That's, so there's one thing. Wait a second. Did these... Wow. Alright. That was stupid as hell. That was dumb as hell. These guys immediately just went there. You see, I should have shift queued. And, you know, I would have been able to avoid that. Silly me. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit gunpowder and then murder holes. Alright. What's going on, baby? Alright. He's got hussars now. So I think it's safe to say he's probably going to hit me with some fucking hussars. Oh, fuck. I didn't even think to get the fucking relics. Damn it. Damn it. Alright. See, now we're in a little bit of trouble here because I have to try and grab those fucking relics from him. There's like nowhere to put my shit. I guess I'm just gonna have to say fuck it and put it here. Alright, I'm gonna build 3 of these and I'm gonna build 3 of the other ones. Alright, now where is that? Damn. You know what? I'm gonna have to go. I have no choice but to try my best to hit because I don't think I'll be able to get there in time. Yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead, bang, bang, and then get your asses over there. Nah. Man. This kind of sucks. That wasn't even... Damn, I am fucking up in the game right now. Fuck. I might lose because he took all the fucking, all the, whatever it's called. All the stuff. Oh, you see now? Oh, fuck. Yeah. Get in there. Get in there. Alright, so. Fuck, I don't have enough wood. Yeah, nah, I think I'm fucked. Even if I fight off all these guys, which I will. Like, what are they gonna do? You know? Even if I fight off all these guys, it's still gonna be a pain in the ass because I'm gonna have to get that thing. Now, maybe, who knows? Maybe I can get enough of these things over there to do some real damage before the, before that, but we'll see. Oh, man. Yeah, he's building into my shit. Well. Alright, so I'm going to send 2 of these guys. I'm not even going to wait for the 3rd. As long as I can destroy that thing, I'm in good shape, you know? Because these guys, fucking, I mean, look at them, you know? And even then, I can, Oh, but that's not good. That's not good at all. Go get him. Oh. You see, and that's... Damn. I love when my guys don't do what I need them to do. Yeah, nah, I think I'm in bad shape here. Well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna see... I'm gonna see what I can do, you know? See, I should have scout rushed him to keep him off balance, but I didn't do that because I was so focused on getting vills, and that's kind of the happy medium that you play with in this game. Is like you focus too much on one thing, and you end up fucked. I'm hoping and praying he doesn't have anything really that'll do me damage. You know, as long as I get by this thing, I think I'm in pretty good shape. You know, but I don't know. I guess we will. I guess we will see. Yeah, he's just got too much shit coming my way. What I will try to do though, this is not gonna turn out the way that I need it to at all. You know, I should have. In fact, I guess I could try to maybe, but yeah, it's. I'm not liking this. I'm not liking this at all. You know, these guys aren't even good to have for any horse infantry, any cavalry. You know, they're not good to have for cavalry because they will. Oh yeah, no, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. There's no way in hell. It's weird. They keep running off though. They keep coming in and then running off. It's interesting to see that. I'm just trying to like go down with one building at least. Maybe take out one of his castles, but it ain't gonna work out the way that I want it to. I know it ain't. You know, like these guys are about to fuck me up right here. I guarantee you. You know. Yep. There we go. Huh. All right. Well, let's go get him. Jeez. Oh, shit. All right. Sweet. I did it. All right. Well, in that case. Yeah, I can't do much, but I'll see what I can do. Temu suit. Who's wearing a Temu suit? Yeah, nah, it was over as soon as he started attacking me. You see, and I think that's the next thing that I have to focus on is getting to a happy medium between just focusing on villagers and just focusing on trying to get my first attack out, you know? That's really what I think I need. Then again, nah, I'm gone. But I'll at least see what happens with this castle before I completely allow my goose to be cooked. You know. Yeah, no, I ain't got nothing. Nah, you know what? Actually, I don't even feel like waiting for that. I'd rather get on and play with my friends. Um. Oh, I just realized you guys didn't have desktop audio on, so I apologize for that. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, Greg, for popping in. We'll have to stream again soon. We could do boxing or we could just chill. I'm cool with either. Excuse me. Yeah, I don't. Well, I mean, Friday, I actually have a very special stream. I'm gonna probably make the announcement maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday, somewhere around there. But it's coming up. And it's going to be a really fun stream. It's going to be a really good stream, and I think you guys are going to enjoy the hell out of it. So stay tuned for that. But the next chill stream will probably be Sunday because we finished Fallout New Vegas 2 weeks ago. And, we're going to take a little bit of break from, like, just straight up, like, hardcore, like, being into a game before we go ahead and, excuse me. Before we go ahead and, before we go ahead and do our thing with a new game, right? But anyway, with that said, I'll catch you guys later. Thank you very much, and till next time, peace out.